Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Predator 12-inch posable figure with open action jaw. This figure is available exclusively at Walmart and it stands approximately 12 inches tall. As you can see, it takes up the majority of my light box. Today we're going to be reviewing its playability, posability, the likeness to the character, and the materials that went into its creation, along with the ending buy, wait, or pass recommendations that I have for you. As you can see by the box, there's plenty of action features featuring a push head to open the mandibles. There is a hunter's weapon with helmet. There's a plasma button. And there's the helmet down at the bottom there. As you can see, there's batteries included, so there's going to be sound and lights. And let's get this guy opened up. As you can see, we got this guy out of the box. There were about 6 cords to be cut, 2 around his arms, 2 around his legs, 1 around his plasma cannon, his waist, and his neck area. But a few snips of the scissors, and out he came from his packaging. As you can see, he's impressive. Looks very much like the Predator from the first movie back in the 80s. He's got his helmet on, which I snapped on there, which will show in the playability category. On his upper left, he's got his plasma cannon. On his right arm, he's got his twin blades. His left arm, he has his self-destruct mechanism, which you can see right here. As you go lower, there's some armor on his thighs and armor on his ankles. Overall, an impressive looking figure. Age 7 and above is stated on the packaging. I think it's good for anyone who likes the Predator. Let's move on to the categories to see if this guy is going to find a home in your home. The first category for review is construction materials. Basically, what is this guy made of? And the answer is simply put, plastic, plastic, and more plastic. The entire body is hard plastic. All the accessories, plastic. The helmet, of course, is plastic, and even the molded face is all plastic. The dreads are one piece with only about a centimeter or so of separation between them. Overall, it feels solid. A little bit of soft fabric around the bottom tunic area. But when you're talking about construction material, plastic is what this guy is all about. The next category we're going to look at is posability, or how well do you get this guy to stand where you want him to, whether in an action pose or just plain standing on a shelf. Well, if you're going to look at this video now, it looks like he's quite stable. But what you don't know is that it took me about a minute to get him to be where I wanted him to be. Why is that? Well, the joints are very loose. The waist joint, you can see, moves easily. The legs move very easily. The knees move. So when all together, when you're trying to pose them, they shift and cause an imbalance in the weight, causing them hard to pose. So even now, just standing them up, you can see, if you get it right, he stays upright. So posability, you can put him in a variety of poses, but he's very unstable. Down here at the bottom, you can see at the feet level, look quite stable, but they're not flat. So they tend to wobble a little bit. So for posability, I would say it's fair at best. If you're going to play with them, it doesn't matter. If you're going to pose them on your shelf, then I would say set him in one position and leave him be, because he'll topple over when you least expect it. Moving on to likeness, or how well is he sculpted to look like the character he's intended to be. Well, whether you have him in the box, out of the box, or anywhere, anybody who has any knowledge of the Predator would know this is the Predator. The face itself, as you can see, is quite detailed for a toy. It shows the mandibles, a lot of decoration, a lot of detail on the skull. Move down, you're looking at the 2 claws. some body armor, the plasma cannon, some simulated netting. It goes on his exposed flesh area, clawed toes, just like the movie. Overall, it's a good representation. Not extreme detail, but perfect for a child's toy, which is what it's intended to be. So for likeness, this guy gets a straight up 9 or 10 on the scale, because no matter where you put him, no matter what you do with him, anybody who knows the Predator will say he is the Predator. Finally, we have playability. We'll discuss the accessories, the action features, anything that makes this toy fun to play with. First off, as we saw earlier, we have the helmet. So you can play any version of the Predator you want, either helmeted or not. It snaps into place, easily pulls off just as easy. It's fairly durable, so it should hold up to repeated use. On his left side, he has the plasma cannon that will spin and rotate almost as far as his head will let it. If you push the button, which is located on the left side of his mandible, it fires a simulated plasma bolt, which is actually a red LED light, which is fairly neat. On his right arm, we have the twin knives. They don't retract, they don't go in, they're just stationary, but they're a nice action feature there. You can simulate a self-destruct because he has the unit on his left arm. It will not do anything, but it's a good simulation if you need it. And what's really cool about his head here, if you can see, there's a button up here. If you press it, the mandibles open and close. Not to a great extent, but enough to simulate the open and closing like he's shown in the movies. So that's a neat feature there. So playability. As for durability, I think you can beat this guy up a little bit. You can throw him around. I think he'll hold up to a significant amount of damage. The joints, however, are a little loose, so a little bit too much roughness. He may have some issues there. But other than that, I think it's a very playable character. Now, like all my other action figure review videos, we get to the buy, wait, or pass segment of this review. Should you buy it? Should you wait on it? Or should you just pass on it altogether? Well, if you're an adult collector, I think it would fit nicely in any Predator collection. Sitting on the shelf, posed in a certain way that you like it, I think it would be a great buy at $20 or so as a retail. I don't think that's a problem, so I would say pick it up. If you're buying it for your child, I also say pick it up because there's plenty of playability with this guy. I could see him going toe-to-toe with Godzilla, with King Kong, with a variety of other quote-unquote movie monsters. So I definitely say if you have a child who likes this sort of thing, definitely pick that up for him. If you're an adult collector and you like Predator, definitely pick it up. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. While you're at it, go down into the comments section and let me know what you thought about this video. And if there's any suggestions you have for future action figure reviews, please note that in the comments also. Aside from action figures, I review playsets, I review vehicles for action figures, and also do movie reviews and movie trailer reviews. So if you have any suggestions, please leave so in the comment section. And please subscribe for future videos. Tell your friends and family, and take care.